Hello. I am not sure if I'm live or not. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Yes, I think I'm live. Oh, okay. Let me adjust this. I didn't know this was happening. Okay. Hopefully, you guys can see this correctly. Oh, don't know. Okay, there will be some empty space. Like, yeah. Okay. Hopefully, this is good. We are live, and let me reset the timer. Did I forget? Yes. Okay. I didn't forget the shortcut for timer. And the 1 hour begins. So, welcome back to the stream. If anyone is watching this, I took a break for a while. It was because of few reasons, some work. Then my ISP decided I'm not getting internet for a week. So that was one of the reasons, and I went to the conference, like one of the conferences, crypto conferences in India. So those were two, three reasons that um, why I couldn't stream. But other than that, I don't think there was any other reason. So now now I'm back, and hopefully I am gonna stream continuously, like on daily basis for foreseeable future. And hopefully I want to wrap up the ERC4337 stream by the maybe in next 15 or 20 streams. Not sure how big this is or how much time it will take to get like 100% coverage for the core um, core folder in SRC, from our SRC, yeah, from our SRC/core folder. I want to get like 100% for this, and then move on to next part, which will be exploring some other use cases uh, for ERC4337, like BLS signatures and uh, P256, like um, authorization or authentication, those kind of use cases. And after that, the main like fun will begin, because I want to explore some new VMs, like alt VMs, fuel, nil, um, zk VM. Then there is fluent. There are a bunch of them, like there are zk VMs that I want to try. So I'm also learning Rust on the side. um, that's the idea for this, these streams, going forward. complete Complete the testing for source/core uh, of this project, which will be basically this part. Hopefully you guys can see, yes, this folder, and then move on to use cases and then alt VMs. That's the idea. I don't remember where I was, but I think we wrote down in the, yeah, we wrote down things here where we saw like this whole thing, how which which functions are tested by us and which aren't. We had done simple account, pay master, and now we need a factory, s- account factory to test few of these functions. And we also need like, yeah, I think I don't need a like the use cases will be covered here only in the handle aggregate ops, because aggregate ops, if I remember correctly, is for, let's check aggregate. No, what was the name? Mm, oh, handle aggregated ops. It was for, yeah. So let's go to I entry point and see the details. Okay, yeah. So this I think here we'll check like the BLS signature, a single signature which has multiple signatures combined in it. I don't know it yet because I haven't dealt with it. Um, Over the weekend, I'll see what I can do. But today, let's see what is the coverage and where can we improve. Okay, let me reduce the font. No, let's keep the font and remove this. Yes. So for base account, we have, okay, let's check. Let's try to get these things to 100%. Then what else? What else we can cover, which is simple enough, where we'll understand the context, which I completely forgot, but also good enough that, yeah, Nance manager. We haven't dealt with this, but I think we can modify. I ha- um I do have general idea how Nance manager works. So we can first focus on base account, see which lines are not covered, and then move on to Nance manager. So let me generate a report. Okay, I also forgot how this thing works. So how to generate a good coverage report. Generate coverage report boundary. I remember the command, but I don't remember the command to generate HTML from the report. The LOC. What format is that? So let's go back to VS Code coverage dash help. Okay. So in this, let's go to the top. There's something lock, LOC. Oh, no, not LOC, LCOV. This format, and then from this format we can generate the HTML file. Okay, do we have gen HTML dash version? We do have Gen HTML. Okay, rare rare skills. It's a lot. It's very helpful. Okay, let's run this command. Okay, and now we will have a report, a folder here. Hopefully, yes, we do have coverage folder. Okay, let's put this under in the git ignore file. Git ignore file where okay coverage slash. Let me just a second. Coverage. Now go to index.html and we can just say go live. Back to our browser. Let's open localhost 5500 coverage for base account. Okay, we haven't we haven't tested this get nones function, and okay, there is no okay. Validate nones. It's where is this? Okay, this is getting used in like this function, but there is nothing to do. So or we are not updating it, so it's getting hit multiple times. We only have this function that we haven't tried yet, and we can try that. We can write a simple uh, simple test to see if we get correct nuns from it, and we will. That's sure. Let's go back, and next was nuns manager. Okay, sender address key. Now here nuns is divided into two parts: key and value, and key and sequence. Yes, key and sequence. You can see here key and sequence, and we don't have different key, so we'll just pass 0. Yeah, 0, and see if we get correct number out of it. Same thing here. No, not same thing here. Function public override. Oh, okay. Why is it? Yes, it's public override, and message.sender will only you can increase your nuns. Okay, I guess that's okay. No one else can mess with your nuns. Only you can. It can be public. There doesn't have to be any checks. We don't need any checks for it. So yeah. Okay, who is the third person? I don't know. Hi dude, if you're there, just say hello in the chat. Hopefully, I'll respond to you. But yeah, thanks for joining. Uh, okay, we discussed what we want to do. Let's go back to VS Code and write the test to get nuns. So, this get nuns, increase nuns, and then again get nuns, nuns. Uh, whatever you want to call that. I don't mind. Oh no, no. If we test the base account get nuns, then it'll automatically it will automatically do the thing. It'll automatically do the testing for get nuns in the nuns manager. Yeah. So what's the next part? We want to go to endpoint entry point dot t dot sol. Let's say function test nuns is correct. Public and I need to keep this up because I'm forgetting things. A month. I think last stream was a month ago, and I'm completely out of it. Like I don't remember yet. Yeah, it was probably a month ago. Exact date was 23rd. So it's month and 3 days. Yeah. So okay, tense test nonce is correct for account contract. Now, do we need a simple account? Okay, let's go somewhere up where we are testing simple account. Oh, go down and remove that function. We don't need this. We'll create one in somewhere appropriate. Okay, so here the test starts. Get user operation hash. Okay, that was simple. Get validation data. Tests compensate. Okay. Helper function. Okay. Testing events. Testing required refunds. Okay. Let me stop the live server. Okay. So we have this packed user operation. No, not packed user operation. We need to think somewhere. We need to put it somewhere else. Okay. I don't think so. It's already we're already at the bottom. Fuck it. Let's create headers. Test nuns. Okay. Function test nuns is correct for account contract public. Let's create entry point equal to new entry point. We don't need to provide any constructor arguments. Now let's figure out simple account. We already have entry point, we already have simple account. We are exposing some parts here, that's why I used EPH, entry point harness, and I'm using simple account variable, this variable. I'm not using it anywhere for some reason. Okay, let's change that. Hopefully we don't need this. You can use simple account equal to new simple account. And what does that take as constructor arguments? It takes entry point variable, which is of type I entry point, and the address of the owner. Okay, so let's go back down here. Entry point, we don't have an owner, so let's create an owner. Make I know these tests can be written in a better way, but I forgot the context. If I was working on this like for last month, I would have the context. Okay, ignore the rambling. But next, okay, what's the next part? Next part is like simple account get nuns. Okay, UN 256 nuns equal to nuns or nuns, whatever you want to call it. Assert equal to nuns equal to 0. Yeah, account contract is newly deployed, so nuns for it should be 0. Okay, then simple account dot what was the name? Increase or increment? It was increment. Increment nuns, and we can provide a key. Okay, event 192, because key is of type event 192 from what we see previously. Let me show you. You can see here key 192. Okay, back to VS Code. Is equal to 192. Can I select 1, 2, 3? I guess I can. Okay. Uh, increment will take that key and what's the issue? Oh, sorry. Entry point. So increment nonce is not in the base account. It's in the entry point contract. So that's why we need to call entry point and then vm.prank simple account, and I think we need to wrap it as address, uh, uh, cast it to address. Yes. So now we are simple account is calling the get nonce with the key, so our key will increment. And now so calling get nonce of base account, sorry, simple account. In the simple, let me show you what I was talking about. Let me write it first. Calling get nonce of entry point. Base account, okay. Address this and this, okay. Where is test? Which inherits base account. And then we can call entry point dot get nonce. We first need to pass the sender, which will be of type address, so keep that in mind. And then the key. Now let's assert equal to key. We have incremented it, so it should be 1 for this key. Let's do this one more time. But without the key. So now custom key increment and test nonce of custom key. Increment and test nonce of default key. So we don't default key 0. Okay. instead of doing this, let me define key up here. Event key equal to 0 equal to 0. Okay, now let me tell you what I did. So in the ERC4337 ERC4337 specs, like specifications, there is like a way to customize the nonce in key and value pair. So let's go. Let me, yeah, in the browser you can see ERC4337 EIPs Ethereum. Okay, here now which part is that? Semi-abstracted nonce. Yes, so you can see in the semi-abstracted nonce you can read this, but just as nonce is 256 UN 256, but it's combination of two values, which is key and sequence. Key is 192 bit, sequence is 64 bit, and in our test here we are first checking simple account nonce, which should be 0 by default. This is newly deployed account. Then the default key, if you see base account, which our simple account is inheriting, this, go to base account and see get nonce. So it's calling entry function of entry point with you can see, can you, will it show something? No. Okay, so this is the nonce manager contract which entry point inherits, so it has access to this function. In our base account, we saw it calls entry point dot get nonce address this comma 0. So 0 is the default key uh, in our simple account. We can have custom logic for handling different keys of nonce, but we don't have that. But what we can do is we can prank the entry point and tell it we have a custom key, so increment the nonce for it. And if we call entry point to check simple account and that particular key, we can get that new key. So that's what we are doing. First, get the regular nonce by calling get nonce of simple account contract, which should be 0. Then define the default key, which is 0. Prank entry point so that it'll assume simple account is calling it, and increment the nonce by giving it default key, which should return 1. Now we are changing the key to 123, doing the same thing, incrementing the nonce for this new key, which is 123 instead of 0. And then we are checking if nonce for that particular key is incremented to 1, because it should be 0 by default. Okay, let's put this up also and test if starting nonce is 0, which it should be 0. No, it it shouldn't be 0. It should be like 1 2 3 1 2 3, then few zeros, and then like, okay, let me Let me search something. Okay, what we can do is we need to combine it. Yeah, we need to combine it. Expected UN256 expected nuns equal to UN256 E, which needs to be 60, 64, and then 0. Why we are asserting key? Shouldn't we assert nuns? Yeah, we should. I think we copy. We are asserting nuns, correct. Then we are again asserting nuns. I don't know why I put key there. Then expected nuns. Okay, that's correct. We have to do this again down here. And say expected nuns. Okay, now it should be correct. If not, we'll figure it out. So forge test dash dash empty. Okay, it passes. Let's see the trace. Okay, I'm back. So 0 equal to 0, 1 equal to 1, and assert this random value equal to some random value. Okay, at least all of our assumptions are correct. So what's the next step? Let's generate another report. You shouldn't do this again and again, but for streaming, I am doing it. I don't mind. Now you can see it went from red to blue. In the base account, we have few things remain. No, lines. Okay, I don't understand lines. Okay, required from entry point. Did we not cover this? And we didn't cover this part also. So how can we need to modify this prefund by overriding it in the simple account so that it'll send half of the value. I think we already did that in the simple account. But let me see. Simple account unit test. or simple account integration test. We did it somewhere. We have these things to cover. I don't know. I don't think this is the issue. I think this is the only issue where we are not creating, we are not testing for the error. Or are we? Let me go somewhere else to see. We tested the, what's the issue? Oh, okay. Sorry. I just didn't refresh it. And that's why. Okay. Oh, yeah. So we have covered both of these 100%. What should we pick up next? Render creator, it's, we need the factory for it, so we can't test it. We can definitely test this. Yeah, we can test this because these are entry point only functions. We don't really need simple account or paymaster for this. Assume, assume like what I am saying is correct. We'll know it if it's correct or not when we test it. But right now, just assume that. Increment deposit, deposit 2. Add stake. What does add stake do? Add to account stakes, amount and delay. Any pending unstake is first cancelled. Okay, this is related to here. There was a reputation part which I haven't understood yet. I know it's for like DOS purposes where entities don't like misuse the whole system, but I don't remember what exactly it is. But yeah, we I do understand the function where unstake delay that we are sending should be more than 0. Unstake delay in seconds. Info dot unstake unstake delay in seconds. Was this okay? Deposit info deposits cannot decrease unstake time. Let's go to VS Code. We are gonna see the same thing, but it's much better for checking out the references. So stake manager, and we were testing. We are checking this function. Deposit info unstake delay. Yeah, entity deposit true if this entity is staked, actual amount of ether staked for this entity, minimum delay to withdraw the stake, first block timestamp where withdraw stake will be callable, or 0 if already locked. The sizes were chosen so that deposit fits in, into one cell using use it during handle. The rest will fit in second cell used during stake slash unstake. Okay, don't really understand this, but it's some internal storage thing. Who knows? Uh, let's focus on our main part. If we set unstake delay to 1, uh, to 5, and then we try to set it to 1, it is a you can't. Is that it? Unlock stake, withdraw stake. Where this where this is getting set? That's the question. Okay, so it's getting set here. If we set 5 and then call it again, I'll first check the info. Then stake.info plus message.value, it adds to the stake. Stake equal to 0. No stake specified. Where this is getting checked. Okay, if message.value is 0, will this condition ever hit? They can't overflow. Okay, I guess that's understandable. Uh, it sets the deposit info struct and emits a event. Okay, that I understood correctly. Okay, let's copy this. Let me ask something. There is no minus value. There is no minus value. Okay. I can. What is the condition where they can be 0? Was the type mistake? It's a event. Oh, no. Oh no, not this. Stake manager. Okay. What was the plan? Okay, so I don't know how can we get to this condition and get this particular error. No, no stakes were specified. So it should be greater than 0, not 0. Yeah. This condition will hit. If we try to, if the first ever call from an entity, if first ever call from an entity is with message.value set to 0. Okay, that's true. Um, can we? Yeah, we can just set like event that. Okay, type event 112 dot max. So how can we get this error? We can get this error by just putting like a 1/8. I don't know. Let's try start with this, where we try to hit this error and this error. At the um, test this error 1. Okay. No need for this. Yeah. So what we can do is go back to our entry point test. Do we still need to be an entry point? No, I guess not. Okay, but let's put it here only. Headers test take man take manager dot sol. Okay, function test reverts on stake value on stake delay set to 0. Public as address random make address random. So we need a method dot sender. That's oh no, we don't need this. We can just say this contract is calling entry point dot add stake. Does this work? Was the error? Okay, it needs where am I going? Yeah, here. You can say expect revert. Let me see. Expect revert. Okay, it's abi.encode, then error, and then there's something. But in the stake manager, we don't have anything. We just have this. Oh, sorry, we just have this. It's not a custom error, it's simple string. Expect revert and then bytes. Oh, vm.expect revert. vm.expect revert. Let's test forge test dash empty. Does this work? Yes, it does. Now that we have this, we can say test reverts on take set to 0. So now error should change. Error should change to no stake specified. Okay, and we need to change the value to something like, let's say, 100, so we don't hit the first error. We need to copy the name and then put the name in. Let's run. Yes, that's correct. Let me close all these tabs that are not needed. Okay, so we have tested these things. It can't decrease, so first we need to set it. Now I need to see how we can hit this, like how can we overflow it. So message.value, let's try to send like one ether and see. Function test reverse on stake overflow. Entry point dot add stake, let's say 100, and then set value to 1 ether. I don't really know what will be the out outcome, but let's run the test with the trace or whatever. Yeah, trace. So let me get this. Something. Yeah, will this fail or no? No, it doesn't fail. Let's see what's. Let me ask ChatGPT, like, how can I fail this part? Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, that's simple. We can just get this value and say +1. +1. Will that work? Yes, it should. VM dot expect revert bytes, and then the error stack overflow. Okay, uh, this should be done. Let's see. Let's see. Overflow. We have the error, but it's not from the what we call expect revert. Some custom error, stack overflow, panic, arithmetic overflow. Okay, okay. To be test. Today's time is over, so let's say to be tested tomorrow. Okay. Thanks for joining today's streams. Hopefully it was good, and I'll try to continue this on daily basis. Let's see. At least I'm promising that, but I am not sure. I'll try my best. Okay. See you guys tomorrow. Have a nice day. Bye.